The car was already on fire when I saw his hand slam against the window, and for a split second I did the math without meaning to the way your brain does when it's clinging to routine, because routine feels safe. 17 minutes. That's how long I had left to get to my interview. 17 minutes between the life I'd been grinding through and the one I'd spent 4 years believing I'd earned. My name is Lena Brooks, and that morning I was supposed to interview for the Horizon Scholars Award, the one that could send me to Westbridge University full ride, no loans, no backup plan. I remember gripping the folder so tight my fingers hurt. Transcripts, recommendation letters, proof that I wasn't just another girl from East Harbor who worked too much and dreamed too big. I'd done everything right. Perfect grades, 2 jobs, no parties, no excuses. People love to say hard work pays off. They don't talk as much about timing. Then I heard him scream, not the dramatic kind you hear in movies. This was raw, panicked, animal, the kind that doesn't ask permission before it gets inside your chest. I didn't think about Westbridge after that. Didn't think about the interview room or the panel or the pressed blouse I'd ironed at 2 a.m. I ran. I kicked the window with my heel until it cracked, then shattered. Glass cut my hands. Smoke burned my eyes. I pulled him out just as flames rolled under the hood, dragged him onto the asphalt, covered his body when the car popped and hissed and finally exploded. People were filming. Nobody else moved. Yeah, that part still gets me. By the time the sirens came, I was already running again toward a future that didn't know yet it was gone. What I didn't know was that the boy I'd pulled from that car was named Evan Hale, and his father owned half the buildings downtown, including the private foundation funding the very scholarship I was about to lose. That morning had started like every other one. My alarm went off at 4:45 because my shift at Harbor Diner started at 5. I moved quietly so I wouldn't wake my mom, still asleep on the couch in her nursing scrubs shoes, kicked off TV, murmuring reruns. I covered her with a blanket, left a note on the counter. Today's the day. Love you. At the diner, Mr. Reynolds was already there, black coffee, burnt toast, same booth. He noticed my blouse hanging in the back. Big plans, kid scholarship interview, I said. He smiled. About time someone around here got out. That's the plan, I said, half joking, half praying. At 10:30, I clocked out. My manager squeezed my shoulder. Go show them who you are. The bus was late because of course it was. I stood there rehearsing answers in my head, trying to slow my breathing. Why Westbridge? Because I want to build systems that don't only work for people who already have money. What's your biggest flaw? I don't know how to walk away when someone needs help. Funny how that answer came back around. Across town, Evan was fighting with his dad over breakfast. I didn't know that then, but I know it now. His father, Charles Hale, was talking about legacy expectations, the right schools, the right people. Evan just wanted air. He grabbed the keys to a car that cost more than my apartment building and drove fast with nowhere to go. He ran a light. He hit a pole. And suddenly, all that money didn't mean a damn thing. When I reached the wreck, heat slammed into me like a wall. His face was bloody. His eyes were wild. I broke the glass, unlocked the door, pulled. He was heavier than I expected. My hands slipped bleeding, but I didn't let go. When the explosion came, I thought very clearly, this is going to change everything. I got to the scholarship office 20 minutes late. Smoke stained. Hands wrapped in my ruined blouse. The receptionist looked at me like she already knew the ending. The committee left 15 minutes ago, she said softly. I tried to explain. Car accident, fire, someone trapped. I had to help. She nodded, handed me a card. Emergency appeals line. I've never seen it work, she said. I called anyway. Left a voicemail. Then another. The email came the next morning. Due to your absence, your application has been withdrawn. No exceptions. I read it until the words stopped feeling real. My mom held me while I cried. You did the right thing, she said. I didn't answer. I didn't trust my voice yet. Evan woke up in the hospital asking who saved him. His father was watching traffic footage on repeat, a girl in a white blouse running toward flames while everyone else stood back. That girl, according to his foundation, wasn't scholarship material. 3 days later, Evan knocked on our apartment door. He looked out of place. Clean shoes, expensive watch. My mom crossed her arms. He said my name like he'd practiced it. "You saved my life. I just found out you lost your scholarship because of me." I told him I didn't need charity. I needed fairness. That's when he saw the name at the bottom of the rejection email. Hale Education Trust, his family's name. He confronted his father that night, showed him the footage. Charles talked about policy, about rules, about how systems can't bend for every story. Evan didn't buy it. He started digging. What he found changed everything. 7 exceptions in 3 years. Missed interviews rescheduled. Low grades overlooked. All for kids with powerful parents, donors, board members. But not for me. Not for the girl who ran into fire. When the footage leaked online, the story exploded. Hero saves life, loses future. People were furious. Donations trickled in. $50, $100. Notes saying you didn't deserve this. It wasn't enough for college, but it reminded me the world was watching now. Charles Hale tried to fix it quietly. He called me, offered money, then offered a full scholarship to his private academy with conditions. Appearances, smiles, silence, a contract that said opportunity but meant control. I said no. He told me pride doesn't pay bills. I told him silence costs more. He scheduled a signing ceremony anyway. Cameras ready, redemption story lined up. I showed up wearing the same blouse I'd worn that day, stains washed but still faint. The pen was heavy in my hand. Then the door burst open. Evan walked in with a laptop and 0 patience left. He laid it all out. Documents, exceptions, voicemails, footage. 7 times the rules bent for money. 0 times for courage. The room went silent. I didn't sign. I walked out. The fallout was immediate. National news. Board meetings. Donors angry, and something else. Change. Real change. Charles came to the community center a few days later. No cameras, no contract. Just an apology and a letter. Full funding to any university that accepted me. No strings. Structural reforms. Emergency appeals. Blind reviews. Separation between money and decisions. I took my time. Then I said yes. 2 weeks later, he announced it publicly. Then he handed me an envelope. Westbridge, full ride, earned. I'm there now, studying computer engineering, building the systems I used to talk about. Evan runs outreach programs for kids like me. The trust is different now. Not perfect, but better. People ask if I regret missing that interview. I tell them the truth. No, because sometimes doing the right thing costs you everything, until it changes everything. So here's my question to you. Have you ever watched a system punish the wrong person? Have you ever had to choose between doing what was right and protecting your future? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about it.